Show the world that you care. Helping out one another, we can all make a change. Reach out to somebody, put a smile on their face. Helping out one another, we can all make a change. Touching lives, making a difference. Touching lives, making a difference.
Hello and welcome to Zane's Touching Lives. In this episode, we celebrate friends helping friends. Our first story shows how one friend's faith in another's dreams led to wondrous outcomes. Take a look.
Back in the 70s, the likes of Ama Atedu and Ayikwe Ama held us spellbound with their lyrical prose. But with no one to pass the baton on to, the flames fizzled out, leaving us clinging onto remnants of a glorious past. Enter Sylvanus Bezra, a young man with a passion for reading and writing and a plan to rekindle the flame. Daniel, his best friend, turns the page to where Sylvanus gets his novel ideas. I'm in your neighborhood.
Glad
Nice
you
neighborhood. Tell me about this area.
It's a very isolated area. That is to mean a lot of people don't know this hood very much, but there are a lot of young and talented people in the area.
Tell me about your friend, Sylvanus.
He's very intelligent. He loves reading. He's a very patient guy. And he's hardworking, always focused and, works online every time. Sylvanus, I call him the good man. He decided to help me, learn something for free. And that is the instruments he blows, the trumpet. We just became friends. That is for like 3 years now.
Tell us about Sylvanus's challenges in life.
Sylvanus grew up in the Volta region, and then his mom passed away when he was still a very, young child. And his father, unfortunately, too, did not stay with him for long. He went to some other region of the country. So Sylvanus, had to stay with his uncle, and his uncle was very good to him. He paid his fees, took care of his basic needs, and then, did everything for him. But, he's now grown, so he has to, he doesn't have to depend solely, on his uncle. He had to fend for himself.
Now, why did you decide to nominate him?
This Sylvanus he has big ideas, like big ideas that sometimes I even find it difficult to understand him, and he writes books, and the first book he published when he was in the senior high school. Yeah, and then he's been writing scripts, for movies and then a lot of storybooks, but, the support is not there, like in terms of the financial support. I know in the nearby future, if he gets the support financially and in whatever extent he can get the support, he would be able to, write good books, and then it will take Ghana's name far to the whole world.
Ogbojo, near Ashalibotre, is a nice, quiet, laid-back Ghana community with a youthful population, the perfect environment for a budding young writer. Hello, Sylvanus.
Hi.
Tell us about your life.
For the past 19 years, I was in my hometown, Georgia, in the Volta region. I came to Accra to better my grades. And
Tell me about your writing.
I love reading novels when I was in school, GSS, and even from the primary. So through reading the novels, I realized that I can also write something. I started writing when I was 15 years.
Over the years, Sylvanus' passion for writing grew, and he knew that this was what he wanted to do.
How much did it cost you to publish a book after selling all your belongings?
I got about 2.2 million, that is all Ghana cedis, and it is going to cost me about 3 million to publish the book. So I had to borrow some money from friends in school. If they should give me the money for 2 weeks, I'm going to pay with 50% interest, and I have no choice.
Did you make money off your book profit?
Yeah, I made profit, but it was not all that. I sold my book at 4,000, which is 40 pesos now. So I go to the schools myself. You have to give the book to the teacher, or any school that you're going to sell the book, you have to pay something to the teacher. The
Give
one
them
is
a cut.
Yeah. The teacher is going to take 1,000. and mine is also 1,000.
How many copies did you sell?
The first one, which is the Had I Known Volume 1, I sold over 7,000 copies. Yeah. That is just in Accra alone. If I were to go to every part of this country, I would make a lot of sales.
Despite the many challenges he faced publishing the first book, Sylvanus was even more determined to follow his dream.
I never got discouraged along the way, even though sometimes I ask myself, can this book get published? Where am I going to get the money? But I said, no, I have to. I will keep the dream alive.
Tell us about your latest work.
The title is The Ingrate, or let me call it The Bloody Ingrate, and the subtitle is The Betrayal of Trust.
Sylvanus writes about what he knows. The Bloody Ingrate is another moral tale focusing on the world of the youth and the pressure they face growing up in modern society.
I also want to write something about Africa, like an epic story. As I'm starting now, I want to be a renowned author.
How far have you gone with your latest work?
I finished writing it in the draft form.
Wow.
I wake up every morning to go through, just to be sure that there's no mistake, even though it is not yet edited and proofread. But I just love reading it, because the more I read it, it gives me the courage that, yes, when this book goes out there, it is going to be an interesting one and people will love it.
What are your plans for publishing The Bloody Ingrate?
I've talked to some people, but they are also not ready to help. Getting this money myself alone will be something I see impossible, even if possible, not now.
How do you survive? How do you make money?
I make money through the trumpet I play, and my uncle also supports me.
So how often do you get a gig?
We play the trumpet at churches and they give us something small, like 20 Ghana cedi a month. The biggest challenge is finance. No matter what happens, you have to live. So it is difficult living. When there's nothing to it, sometimes that is when I try to think about a story. That is
so when you're hungry, you're inspired?
Yeah.
What would you tell other young people about whatever activity or project they undertake?
A philosopher once said, as long as you go to bed with satisfied stomach, always wake up with determination. And I believe people out there, whatever the situation, whenever they wake up in the morning, there should be determination. Whatever you plan to do, don't lose hope, no matter how the challenge is. Just have the determination, because determination will take you there. And keep praying as well.
We tell so many stories about our lives, but few people are documenting these stories. When so many young people are thinking about becoming actors and footballers, it's inspiring to know that our stories will be preserved by this rekindled flame.
Well, Sylvanus, the man, and his best friend Daniel have joined me here. Welcome, guys, to Zane's Touch and Lives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're doing great work, okay? And Zane believes in your talent.
Yeah.
So the Zane's Touch and Lives team has decided to do something to help you in your cause. Here it comes. Sylvanus, your book has been published. Here we have The Bloody Ingrate by yourself. Not only are we publishing this book, we are printing 1,000 copies for you. You don't have to worry about getting them to shelves. How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy. It's wonderful, marvelous, wonderful.
Well, that isn't all. The Zane's Touch and Lives team also has another surprise for you. So turn to the magic box and see what we have in stock for you. Bingo! All that stuff for you. We have here a brand new guitar. We're also giving you a brand new trumpet. We are also giving you a brand new all-in-one printer. So anytime you think of printing something, you don't need to go to any cafe. You do it right there in your room, right? And then also we are adding a brand new laptop, so that anytime the inspiration hits you and you feel like putting your thoughts down, you can tap it onto the laptop. Tell me how you feel about this.
I'm I'm highly elated. I'm very happy.
There's no greater joy than watching someone's life being touched right before your own eyes. There are more lives to be touched when we return from this commercial break.
Zain recognizes you with our rewards loyalty program. You earn points every time you make calls, use the internet, and send an SMS with your Zain line. Points you can redeem for great things, from airtime, weekend dinner, right up to big items like a BlackBerry, microwave oven, flat screen TV, home theater systems, and much more. The more you use Zain, the more you gain. So go ahead. Get rewards by texting 026 to short code 115. Terms and conditions apply. Zain, a wonderful world.